r/askreddit women. What do you not understand about men? Why y'all refuse to go to the doctor? I genuinely sat and begged for hours for him to go, but he's like nah I'm fine, when he was so not fine. How do they always have warm hands? How do they always know what that guy is really up to? How do they pull their shirts off one-handed without like choking themselves in the neck or something? Why do men just passively play with their dick so much? Maybe not all of them do this, but my current boyfriend does. How they lose interest in anything sexual the moment they climax. It's like my husband is ready to go hunting minutes after sex is over. Like a brain switch happens. One time, I saw a stand-up comedian say, "Women, if you haven't figured out men then you're thinking too hard." Hi, I know you were watching this, so I won't take much of your time. I post every day and I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. A sub would be massively appreciated. If you like this video please consider giving it a like. Also I heart all comments. Thanks. Unless you're dealing with an extremely shallow woman, we don't care about your dick. What's up with that? Also, while it never happened to me yet, thanks God, apparently it is somewhat common for men to send unsolicited dick pics to women. What are you expecting? I genuinely don't understand at all. Why they rarely have a best friend or friends they can confide in and can be vulnerable with. When guys DM a girl they don't know, I guess because you like the way she looks in her pictures, are you truly expecting a reply? Or would it be better she doesn't reply? Where are you expecting it to go? What would be the best response you would want to get from the girl? Dick pics. Okay, serious question. I'm 30 and been in one relationship that ended 6 years ago. Haven't been in a relationship since. Why do guys in my inbox tell me you're so beautiful, or let's do this, or let's do that, but they're all over every girl that I see on social media, commenting hearts on selfies when you're telling me you wanna date me? I don't understand, so I just stay away from everyone. How they can happily have sex with someone they despise. As a woman, I immediately lose all sexual interest in someone if they are a bastard, even if they are gorgeous. Men don't seem to care how awful someone is, they still want to bang them. Largely, everything. I don't understand my husband at all sometimes. My husband won't sit on the toilet when he poops. Is it just him? Do other people do this? He just hovers. Why men say they are looking for a relationship, but then date you for ages, oftentimes even exclusively, but refuse to put a label on it. Also why they feel being sitting down makes them less manly somehow. Married men who have hit on me and had a tantrum when I said no. First off, they are married. Secondly, what makes them think that stomping their feet and yelling is going to make me want them? Why guys still wear sandals on campus even in the rain? The answer to the question, what are you thinking? Every time I ask my husband that, his answer is nothing. How can you be thinking of nothing? Is it just him that does not think? Or is it just me that has thoughts all the time? Or am I just like most other women who constantly have some thoughts going through their minds? My mind won't shut up about thinking something. There is always some thought going on, even if it is in the back recesses of my mind. I cannot think of any time that I was not thinking. My mind cannot be blank. Personally, while I agree with expressing emotions whenever you can, it can be hard to start telling someone and see the drop of interest in their eyes. Then as I'm talking, I'm slowly realizing that my problems or pains aren't nearly as bad as others, or this possibly. Those without homes, jobs, family, parents. Other parts of what I'm saying makes me realize that my explanation to you about my feelings start to turn into excuses and not real reasons for my anger / jealousy / depression. Just like most of us in the world, I hate being wrong. I hate realizing, especially on my own through my own explanations, that my anger is caused by just my mind. What is a shower time warp? Why does my husband firmly believe that if he gets in the shower 4 minutes before we have to leave and then takes a 20-minute shower we will still leave the house on time? Every time. Why can't you see the mess? Like blankets are on couches and the dishes need to be put away, and we're wearing flip-flops BC the floor needs to be swept, but nothing happens. My BF refuses to take a bath BC he thinks the tub is too dirty, but at the same time, is not cleaning it. What the what? As a man reading this thread, I'm honestly baffled at the amount of things people are saying men do that I, and no man I have ever known, don't. I'm completely monogamous and would never cheat. I don't need help finding things in the fridge. I have no issue telling my secrets to close friends. I would never send a dick pic to anyone. Men treat their emotional sanctity the same way women treat their sexual sanctity. If we just give it up before we feel ready or comfortable in a relationship, it makes us feel weak and cheapened. We open up and talk about our emotions when and how we want to, not when or how you want us to. How come men can't find what they're looking for in the fridge or pantry when the item is front and center? They always call on the women to assist them. Not accepting a rejection. The attitude being that if they persist enough it'll change. The way they bash each other as a form of bonding. The guys at work flick each other off and swear at one another, yet that means some sort of good thing. I don't get it. Also, how they're able to hang out with other guys, even if they don't like someone. They're able to look past that somehow. Women would never do that. Or if they did, it would be to make fun of the person. I really want to know why guys resort to insulting women that they want to get with. Obviously not all guys. Don't start with me, but especially when the woman rejects them, they just go straight for insults, as if it does something. This thread in a nutshell: man in my life does this thing I don't like, therefore all men are like this. Please explain. Where does your dick go while sitting on a toilet? Why don't you drink water? How are you alive? Guys who haven't had sex in over a year get in a relationship and all of a sudden are pissed they aren't getting sex every day. But also on a more serious note, how a lot of men, more than you might think, believe it's fair for their wives/girlfriends to work full-time jobs and take care of all the housework and the kids as well. Even many of those who do their fair share still lump the responsibility of house management onto their wives. They see them as a delegator for all tasks and chores, which is a huge job in itself. It's how you get fathers of 7 years who don't know what to feed their kids when mom is away for one night, and then turn around and call them nagging wives. It's literally, verbatim, the way a moody teenager behaves. These people are adults, and yet they can't grasp a concept that young girls are taught at the age of 13. You're responsible for your own messes as well. How they get horny so much. Like, bro, can we not just be friends? Can I just talk to you without you commenting on how lonely you are and would love a girlfriend? Can you just not turn into a completely different person once you realize I'm a girl? Can we please just be friends for at least 20 minutes? I just want to have guy friends who don't constantly want to fuck, or at least don't bring it up every 11.3 seconds. Why do you think it's okay to go piss and leave the seat of the toilet in your girlfriend's house up, but that's a whole nother problem, and go straight back into the kitchen for dinner without washing your hands? If I can wash my hands between touching your dick and handling food, why the fuck can't you? Why do many of you joke about us in a negative way? Why do you spend so long on the toilet? Why do they call/text GFS once they are engaged/right before they marry? 4 of my former boyfriends have texted me randomly in the past couple years, and it was a nice enough conversation. 2 of them fished for more and didn't get it, but a bit later I found out they were engaged and getting married very soon. Is it a giving up freedom thing? Why do you love to see me in crop tops and skin tight dresses, but then talk about other women wearing those same items, as if they're whores for wearing those same items? Men talk about being simple and easy to understand, for women to understand, and women being complicated. It's the same way the other way around, to be honest. Like, we as humans are all complex creatures. So the whole men are simple, what's not to understand kind of just sounds like what's not to understand in the default, which is obviously not intentional of course, but come on now, we're all equally complex. I don't see this as a negative thing, it's just not something I get, how y'all can just think about nothing. Like, just do and think nothing for an extended period of time. It's quite remarkable. Why do men who have multiple children by multiple different women always trash the women Of course this applies to women who are in the same situation, but to me, it says more about his tastes in women than about them being the problem. I'm pretty sure that they already knew that at least half of them were already a problem before they had unprotected sex with them, but brushed it aside because most likely she is very attractive. It's sad because it's truly the children who suffer and have to grow up in that toxic environment when everyone could been happy if either participants would have chosen a stable enough partner to create that bond with. One thing I've noticed in my work over the years is that a lot of men get genuinely angry to the point of yelling / starting fights if they feel you are threatening their leadership in any way. When I first started my job with years of experience, I would ask about small ways to improve the efficiency, since they were making the job much harder than it should have been. I was always really polite, but no matter what he would get angry and literally throw his keys at me and ask if I wanted to be in charge. It stopped when I stopped trying to help, and efficiency is why I down. Why are so many men threatened by a helping hand? Edit. I've come to realize this is not solely a male-centric question, as not just the men in charge have issues with authority and power. My emotions betray me all the time and are not to be trusted. The less I allow my emotions to control what I do and say, the better. Why a woman saying no is an invitation to harass her, but a woman saying no, I have a boyfriend, is left alone. How so many of you willingly deal with leg hair? I know some women do too, but either way, that crap is so uncomfortable. It basically causes all the leg friction. What is your life? So many of these questions are answered when you consider that men are socially conditioned to ignore or suppress their emotions their entire life. This causes an emotional immaturity that then leaves them unable to comprehend, appropriately respond, or even interact with others. This also has a profound impact on their self-esteem, which they are unable to deal with because of how unfamiliar they are with their emotions. This is not an excuse. This also is not me saying woe is men, look how bad we have it. I do hope this helps foster an understanding though that it is a problem for many men and that it is not just the nature of men. The fact that they, generalization here obviously, can walk through the house and not see the plates that need to be taken to the kitchen or the washing that needs go in, or at the very least see it and are fine ignoring it. I'm pretty certain my partner can't see the clear glasses because they're clear, haha. Disclaimer, I come from a household where both my dad, passed, and stepdad were super active in the household. Just seems to be a common gripe from female friends as well as my own experience with partners. Ladies, when we men say nothing, when you ask us what we are thinking about, a majority of the time it's true. If you complain about not communicating, then we should just tell you what is on our mind. Honey, what are you thinking about? Could the Hulk uppercut the moon with his boner? How they can be so passive from situations with strangers. Leak air. Babe, that guy just slammed the door in your face, you're not going to say anything. Fine, I'll say something. Edit. Joke is flying over a lot of people's head. Women take confrontations much more seriously than men. This is also because of a double standard being raised, as a woman have a much lesser chance of getting their ass kicked than a man. And no, I do not pick fights. I just get more upset than my BF over random confrontations. How TFD guys get in fights, but then just get over it. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had a BF that got in a fight with his BFF, and they weren't talking for a while, but then randomly they were friends again. No fist fighting, no talking it out, just, hey, wanna play some COD? Like nothing ever happened. I don't understand how some men treat their partners like literal garbage. And yes, women do it too, but this ask is about men, not women. I don't get how some men cheat, beat, maltreat, and in some cases, kill their partners. What's the gain? I also don't get how some leave housework and child rearing to their partners. Like it's your kids and you fucking live in the same house too, so why not contribute? Why men often don't have the natural urge to clean up after themselves and or paternal instincts. How do you not react to a baby crying in a grocery store? How do you not wash your laundry as soon as the hamper is full? I don't get it. Edit.